Hey guys, Level Zero here, and today I wanted to take a break from Battlefield and try something new, and that game is Warface. Now, you may have seen another reviewer review this game, like Matimio, which was, I want to say, about 4 months ago. I might put an annotation saying the actual correct date, but I think it was about 4 months ago. And he gave it a harsh review because it was in this beta, and it deserved it. It was a really bad game back then, but after the quote unquote 4 months, let's see what has been accomplished. First off, new maps. I want to say that this game copies a lot from Call of Duty, and frankly, it did it good or it did it bad. There's still that problem with the bad spawning, and it's kind of why I don't like Team Deathmatch, but I'll get into that a little later. But yeah, this game has really bad spawns, and if you're going in this game for Team Deathmatch, this game it really isn't the game for you because you'll be better off getting Call of Duty or Battlefield and just playing that. But let's look at what this game does good and what it does bad. For starters, it has a game mode called Capture. If you don't know what this is, it's practically capture the flag, I want to say. But the attacking team has to take the let's call it the briefcase or a flag and bring it back to their base. But you only get one life, so it's kind of like search and destroy and sabotage. If you play Call of Duty, sabotage is a Call of Duty game mode back in MW3. I don't know if it's in the newer ones, but MW3, this is kind of what it is. It does it really good. It's really fast paced. Downside is you only get one life. I wish it was like 2 lives or maybe 3 lives, and yeah, I think this game mode is really fun. Guns can use a bit of balancing. Claymores can use a lot of balancing. Look how far he was from that claymore, and it's just, yeah, just claymores. There's a lot of balancing, but I'll get into that in the end of the video. Now we're gonna just wait till I thing, and then we'll talk about the next game mode. Oh my god, yeah. So basically, let me elaborate. This game mode is really okay. So the next game mode, forget the name, but I think it was Rest. I'll have to look. I'll probably put an annotation. But basically, what it is Rush. Oh, it's called Command Post. Yeah, something like that. It's basically you have to capture these command posts, and oh, so there's one thing they copy from CS:GO where you can attach attachments on the fly, which is okay. It's okay. But again, this game mode is basically Rush. You're basically trying to capture these command posts. In my opinion, this is way better, miles better than what Battlefield has, because even though the max players on this is like 16, it gets hectic at times. It's better. Like I don't know. When I get into this, I feel like I can excel. And in Battlefield 4, it's kind of just like even 32 players. It's kind of like it's either there isn't enough or there's just too much, and it just gets hectic. And yeah, I like this implementation a lot better than what Battlefield 4 has done. And maybe that is a pro to some people, that's a con to some people. This game kind of lacks a lot of game modes, which I feel would be really good for most of the game modes. Kind of like Domination, where basically, if you play Call of Duty or Battlefield, it's basically a flag close to your spawn, a flag in the middle, and then a flag at their spawn. And it's really fun. It's fast-paced, action-packed in Call of Duty, not Battlefield, because their spawns are a little wonky. But this game is not an exception because these spawns are worse than Battlefield Hardline at today's date, which is about 3 weeks after its launch date. 2 weeks to 3 weeks after its launch date, and the spawns in Hardline are just brutal. It's just the worst. But this is worse. If you play Team Deathmatch, you're not gonna have a good time because there's a map where you can just get spawn trapped, and it's just bad. And yeah, so this game mode is kind of like Rush. once you have a if the teams are really balanced, that's another thing about this game. It doesn't have a lot of balance. So once you get spawn trapped or you got a good team, you're kind of SOL because it's kind of just there's no form of look at like if you rewind that or pause it, you can see that we have like 8 players and they have something like 5. It's kind of bad, in my opinion. It's kind of bad. And I wish the developers would actually pay attention to this. But let's talk about the next game mode, which I think might be one of the best game modes. If I had to choose, capture would be one. The next game would probably be second, and this would probably be third, just because of the balance issues. Because another game, we were like 8 against 2, and people kept joining on the winning team, which was my team, which had more players than the guy that had 2, and which is kind of wrong because you can choose your team before you get into the game. So it's like I don't remember what the game is like, but it's like basically you get into a lobby, you choose your guns, you can change teams, and then you join the game, which is bad, 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 bad. I don't know who thought of this, but it needs to be addressed really soon because if it doesn't get addressed soon, it may never get addressed and the game will die. Okay, so let's talk about the next game. Next game mode is Search and Destroy. It has a proper name, but it is practically Search and Destroy from Call of Duty. If you play Battlefield, you will know this as Defuse, but you may not even know what Defuse is because no one even plays Defuse. I personally enjoy Defuse better than Search because in Call of Duty, Search and Destroy is basically Sniper's Fest. It's basically trick shotting, and I don't really like the trick shot. That's just me. This is one reason why things need to get balanced because that shotgun, I know I was far, but shotguns need a buff. It needs a buff. And there's another gun when you start off in the engineer class. It's amazing. It's better than this gun that shoots at 1,000 rounds per minute, has a higher damage output, and the gun you start off is way, way, way better than it. I don't know why. Maybe the stats are bad, but Search and Destroy, this is a really good game mode. I recommend it personally. It's okay. This is I don't know. Maybe I should rethink. Maybe this is a 3. I like Capture a bit better than this. I don't know. I don't know. I was never a fan of Search and Destroy back in the Call of Duty days, and I'm just not now. So maybe that's why I don't like it. But if you like Search and Destroy, that's just your cup of tea. You don't like Capture. Search and Destroy should be good because you can defuse it rather than having to take the bomb to your back to your base and then just lose. It's just I don't know. I just don't like the game. I just don't like this game mode. It's just not for me. Maybe it's for some other guys, but it's just not for me. So let's talk about the other game mode. Actually, let me elaborate on this. This is okay. You know, it's okay. Usually, you only get a couple maps that people like. So this map is like a a Nuketown type map that people like to play on, and then like Airbase, which is like in my opinion the best map in the game. If you ever get to play Airbase, you will love it. Okay, so let's. Okay, so this game mode is called Team Deathmatch. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of this. It's in pretty much every first-person shooting game. Basically, you're just killing people to the required amount of kills you're supposed to get. So in this case, it's 150. In Call of Duty's case, it's like 75 or 100, depending on ground war. Battlefield, it kind of depends on the server, but basically, this is not the best game mode. If you're just getting into this, do not even go on Team Deathmatch because you will rage, you will quit the game, you will uninstall it, you will never play it again. And the reason why I say this is because there is no type of dynamic spawn system that where if people get too close to your initial spawn, it doesn't flip. It's basically static spawns. You spawn there for the rest of the game. You'll see some people spawning in front of you, and the one upside is that you can't kill them right away. You get spawn protection. That's actually an upgrade from what Matimio did when he did his review. If you spawn and you're getting spawn trap, you basically die. I don't understand. It's been about 4 months, quote unquote, because I didn't check yet. It's been about 4 months, quote unquote, You think they did all of these updates, added new maps, added new guns, added new improved graphics. Physics got a performance increase, but it's still bad. I was getting around like 30-ish frames on high with physics, but when I took physics off, it got over 100. So maybe that's just me. I have a GTX 980. Maybe that's just me. My brother, who has a 770, he was getting around the same frame rate as me, even though I have a superior graphics card by like at least two, three, like I don't even know. The 960 is better than the 770, the 98, the 780, 780 Ti, 970, 980 Titan. I don't know. I don't know. He was getting the exact same frame rate as me. He recorded and then I recorded it in the same game. I don't know. I don't know. Physics is weird, but the physics makes the game look amazing. On high, this game looks pretty amazing. Before, it used to look like crap. Even with anti-aliasing, I've had anti-aliasing on. Everything on ultra, it looks amazing. Like, me and my brother were talking about this. It was just like, wow. Just look at this game. It runs on the CryEngine engine, which is owned by Crytek, which I'm pretty sure is the same people that made Crisis. I think. Don't quote me on that. Have never played Crisis, but I'm pretty sure it's the same people that made Crisis. And I can tell you, it's not Crisis graphics because it is a free-to-play game. You don't have the type of budget that Call of Duty, Crisis, or Battlefield or any AAA title has. But for a free-to-play, this game looks pretty good. I'd say back when PlanetSide 2 had physics type graphics thing. Like, that's how good it looked. Like, it looks amazing. As me, I'm watching it now, but as soon as it goes to YouTube, I record at like 33 million bitrate, so it might look a bit choppy, but it's okay. It's the graphics are it's good for free to play. Certainly better than I'd say it's on par with advanced. No, no, no. I don't have a game to really compare it to. Call of Duty has superior graphics on PC. I'd say this is on par with maybe Advanced Warfare on console. Xbox One. I'd say it's on par with Xbox One. Yeah, it's just amazing. The game runs. It's smooth if you are with the red team. If you're the red team, it's smooth. You will get a smooth frame rate. If you have physics, you might question yourself, hey, is this cool effects really worth my frame rate? Personally, it dipped down to like 30, but it wasn't stuttering like my brother was. He has like an i3 or something like that, but he's able to run it smoothly. When there's like lots of explosions going on, he stutters. I really don't. I can tell it's going down to 30 frames, but it isn't like making me. It isn't like making me suffer. And there goes another claymore kill. You're gonna see that a lot. But enough with the graphics. Let's talk about some of the stuff that needs to be changed, some things they did good, some things that I think that should be fixed, but others may disagree. Let's talk about the pros. From back then to now, this game is... They could sell this for about, I don't know, $15, and I think I think they make a living. It's a good game. If they fix the tedium spawns a bit, I'd say this would be a good sub $15 to $30 game. Great. It has a moderate gun balance. It's as much gun balance as Battlefield Hardline, and as much balance as maybe MW3. Because remember those FMG9s, MP7, ACR, remember those? Yeah. I'd say it's around as good as them. I'm not dissing it, but as you can tell, the gun I've been using, which is the starter gun, for a free-to-play game, it is just brutal. I bought a gun. Now, in-game currency has saved up a fair bit. That's another thing. You can actually buy your guns. You don't have to use in-game currency, which doesn't make it pay to win. It is not pay to win like it used to be. It is actually enjoyable. You do not have to spend a dime. You can actually... It does take a while to save up, but you do get these VIP things, which is like double XP. And you can save up after about around 30 games of capture, which I find you earn the most money if you're playing the objective. See, there's the spawn protection I was talking about, and then I die. My brother killed me, that's him. Yeah, so yeah, the gun balance could use a bit of. But then again, it's a free to play game. But if they wanted to excel, I'd say that the gun balance would have to be adjusted. Like the medic class, there's no reason to use it in multiplayer. Like I don't see the point. And that's another thing. You can give like ammo, you can give like health packs, like Battlefield 3, 4, and all Battlefields. You can give health packs. I don't see the point because I usually died before I had the need to get more ammo or health. But the engineer class can give you body armor, which is fine. It's not like anything too major. You might see me give me body armor when I'm like at 0 health. I get one shotted. So I don't think it's like anything too major. Maybe like 15% extra health if you're at the top. But I don't feel like it's anything too game breaking, which is a good thing. Claymores, you may have seen it. Claymores, claymores, claymores. It is overpowered. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't care. Real life claymores will wreck you. See, I put it on and I get like one shotted. Claymores will wreck you any distance. It will. If you're at a fair bit of distance, it will knock half your life out with your body armor. I don't care what you guys say. It needs to be nerfed. It needs to be nerfed. Look at that. I get another kill. Like it needs to be nerfed. I don't know who the developer is, but it needs to be nerfed. I don't care what you say. It needs to be nerfed. It is just so annoying. Even for me, on the receiving end, when you're getting the kill, not so much, but when you die to it, it's just, you don't even see it. It blends in with the environment. It's just, I'm doing that because my frame rate was at like 30, and currently I can't even tell that it was at 30. It's just so smooth, and I don't even have a V-Sync monitor, or G-Sync. But it needs to be brought up. If you go to like Gface, if you play, go to Gface on the forums. Pretty sure there's endless posts about the Claymore. It is seriously, it is more overpowered than the SMG I'm using. It is that good. Like you could just plant it in weird places and get a kill. Like another thing that needs. Okay, so did I go to pros? Pros. Let me get back on track. Pros. Good game, good graphics, good okay balance. If you if you're looking for like if you're just getting into PC games and you just don't want to buy Call of Duty just yet, or Battlefield or Crisis, this is the game to get. It resembles a lot of maps from Call of Duty, like Nuketown, Radiation, like a lot of those maps, those iconic maps. Like Nuketown, I was surprised when I saw that. And I think Airbase is like a mini terminal type thing if you played MW series. Cons, it would have to be balance issues. I just don't see it the point. Like the balance issues is just so like that's the most thing I get frustrated about. Another thing is optimization with physics, it could be better. It could be better. Like I've played PlanetSide 2 with physics and I got a better frame rate in that than this, and PlanetSide 2 was just crazy. Yeah, PlanetSide 2 is just kind of crazy. I don't know what they were thinking. It could be better. It could be. And PlanetSide 2 physics looks a lot better than this. Even though this game, I said it's like graphics are amazing for a free to play game. It's amazing. It's amazing. PlanetSide 2 physics makes this thing look like crap. Like it's bad. The optimization without physics, it's okay. But I have a 980 and only getting around say around 100-ish frame rate when I took it off for a couple seconds to put it back on. A couple. It's okay. It's okay. It is a con. If you have a low end system, you will stutter. If you have a dual core, you will stutter. Because my brother has like a i3, which has hyper-threading, but he did get stuttering. He had to like restart his PC a couple times. We were talking on Skype, which can tax your system. It's something to consider. If you have a quad core, you shouldn't have to worry. But if you have like that Pentium, you may want to test the game out. Go into a multiplayer. If you get stuttering, you might just not want to deal with it because it's really annoying. When I had my old system, which is like a Core 2 Duo and R7 260X, I got a lot of stuttering. a lot. Even with the massive overclock of like 3.6 gigahertz, I got a really bad had a really bad time. And even back in December when I tried to make another review of this back then, I got a lot of stuttering. But then I just got it back today, sunk like 5 hours into it, and my god, it's like a total different game. Okay, so let's talk about like I said pros, cons, and now my ideas. My idea is this needs to be on. It's already on 360, but this needs to be reimagined for next gen, not just Xbox, PS4 too. This will make a really. This will bring life back into consoles. I know that I'm sort of a PC elitist. I do go back to PS3 because that's what I grew up on. PS3, play Black Ops 2 with my dad, my brother, and we have a good time. But if this was brought to consoles, I don't know. It just this they can make a living on. They can make so much money off of this if they just fixed the TDM spawns. Like it is that bad. It's that bad. The TDM spawns is just something else. Like you will spawn in the same place. It's not all maps. I'm not gonna tell you that it's every map. Nuketown map, airbase. It's really just one map, 2 or 3 maps that really gets to me when it comes to the spawns. I don't know the names. I I'm not. I don't feel like going to the game looking through every map. But when you play TDM, you will come across it. I promise you, you will come across these 2 to 3 maps that these actually you just saw one of them in the gameplay. You saw one of them, which was TDM. That's one of them, and there's just like 2 others. It will get to you. You spawn in the same place, and once you get spawn trapped to either side, you're pretty much SOL. It's that bad. I brought it up like 10 times. It is that bad. It has a mini type campaign. It's okay. It's what you're seeing now. It's okay. It's not good. It's not bad. It's okay. You need if you want like if you have like like a squad of like 2, you will not be able to play it like before. You need like which is fine. Like before, if you had 2, there's no way you could pass some of these missions. Like you would need like a guy that had ammo, and you need a guy that has medic, like almost always. Because some of these, but they did rebalance it, but it's kind of a hindrance. We had to like play public matches, which is fine with me. I don't have a problem with it. It's just that I like to have like contact with my squads. But this is a pretty good. That this is like for April Fools, like the water gun. It does a massive amount of damage. I hope it gets taken out after this weekend because it is overpowered. Close quarters that you could just one squirt people. Yeah, it has a campaign. It's really good. They added survival, which I have not got the chance to get to. If my brother's still on, I'll probably just record something with him and then upload it later on. But there's survival. I imagine it's like endless waves of like what it is this co-op. But I don't know. I've never tried it. But it's really fun actually, and I had fun with this game. It's if you're new to PC, you don't want to buy like one of the AAA titles. This is a game you should try out. It's assuming you have a quad core processor. I wouldn't worry too much about the graphics card because before my brother used integrated graphics on his i3 and did not get no stuttering, no lags, nothing. And I had fun with this game. It's not the best game. It's not free. It's not pay to win either. It's a game to get you started off in the in the PC gaming community, and honestly, I'm proud to give this game one of the best reviews I'll ever give. But that's all for today, and this is Level Zero, signing off. Oh, again, sorry for the long video.